right. This is the DDS podcast, and my name is Prince, and we have with us
Jeremiah.
And I'm Keith.
All right. So this is the first episode. Welcome to the channel. So we hope to entertain you guys, and also click the like and the share button. So we're gonna go straight into it.
Yeah.
The first topic is, I think it's kind of a controversial one. So, but what do you think? Will Arsenal win the league?
Oh, Arsenal.
How many points are they ahead with as of now?
I think right. If I'm not mistaken, I think they have like 5 points ahead of everyone else.
Is it five
Man
or
City
six?
have a game in hand.
Yeah, City do have a game in hand.
And how many games do we have left?
I think like 9 games.
9 games. Keith, you wanna go first?
Well, it depends on the next fixtures. So I feel like Arsenal have tougher games coming along compared to City.
Yeah, also Chelsea. I think Chelsea has like toughest games, but I think Arsenal will play Liverpool. They'll play City. So like those two are already like big games. But City also play Arsenal, so that's like I think whoever wins that game probably wins the league.
And
in my opinion.
I think City also need to win their game in hand.
Yeah.
If they don't win their game in hand, it's also so they have 2 games
the
that
game in
is
hand
must
is
win.
against Palace.
Yeah, it is against Palace. So I feel like I think it's gonna go to the last day. If I'm being honest,
Probably.
I genuinely feel like it's gonna go to the last day.
I think like the whole title race, even from like first to sixth, I think is like to the wire.
Facts.
In my opinion, because Chelsea have to play. Chelsea have to play.
You want me to bring up
Liverpool,
the fixtures? Yeah.
United. Yeah, you can look it up. Liverpool, United, all these games together. I think it's gonna be tough. And Liverpool also has to play. I think Liverpool have Arsenal, or they played them already twice.
I know there's tough games in there for sure.
Okay,
And
so from what I can see here, Man City
Yeah,
have West Ham away.
yeah,
They have Chelsea away.
yeah,
Arsenal at home. Burnley away. Everton away. Brentford at home. Bournemouth away. Aston Villa home. And they also have a fixture to be announced against Crystal Palace at home.
For all these away games.
And then Arsenal have Everton at home, Bournemouth at home, Man City away, Newcastle at home, Fulham at home, West Ham away, Burnley at home, Palace away. To me, I think Arsenal have the easier fixtures
right.
because the only big 6 team that they have is Man City.
But you can also just look at Big 6 though. These other teams, they are fighting for something.
Yeah, West Ham are fighting relegation.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
So they'll come out.
Yeah, because you see the way Nottingham Forest came out the other day and played 2-2 with City. On a normal day, that's like a 3-0 wrap up to go home.
It is.
But like because of that fighting for relegation, and if you look at that, I think West Ham are 28 points, Nottingham Forest 28 points, and then Tottenham like 29. And then we have underneath them Burnley. I think Burnley are
Okay, I'll be honest though. For me, how I look at it, because when you're getting into these run-ins, it's more about like keeping that momentum going. And for me, considering that Arsenal lost points against was it Wolves and Brentford?
Yeah.
Away. And then, they responded by beating Spurs in a derby and then responded by also beating Chelsea.
Yeah.
In that, in those moments where there was like a lot of pressure. So I feel like, to some extent, when they pulled those results against Spurs, Spurs is an easy game, of course, but Chelsea, I think, was like, that was like a huge test considering that, again, Rosignol didn't want to lose that game, of course, considering that Chelsea's all the game he's lost with Chelsea have been against Arsenal.
Yeah.
So, you definitely know Chelsea did, they put up a fight to win that game. So I think like, if you ask me, Arsenal are looking in good shape for this run-in, and also they don't have any serious injuries. They're playing their first 11, more often than not, and they're rotating very well. So I just think like they have the strength in depth to just survive these tough games that they have. I think that City game will be like the determining factor, but I think they can pick up most of the points that they have to pick up. Honestly,
I will say this though. Remember, they're both in the Champions League, and that will also play a big part in it
But
because
Arsenal's Champions League running will not be as tough as City's, because you remember Arsenal's
The
side
bracket.
of the
Yeah.
the way
The bracket.
the draw
bracket.
is much more favorable, like all the way to the final. I
I-
think they're not gonna have
favorable is
any-
not really
and-
the right words to use.
Well, I just think that
If they were to go
if you
through,
ask me, okay,
that-
because even if you pull up their draw in the Champions League, basically their road to the final, the opponents they are likely to meet, I don't think for Arsenal, having their players fit, they would struggle against most of the teams on that side of the table.
The most likely teams to go through is Atletico and Barcelona.
Yeah, and
So
I
you're
think,
telling me that's not a tough run-in?
and I wasn't, honestly, if Arsenal over 2 legs, I would pick, against Barcelona, I pick Arsenal. I'll be honest with you.
You know what? It's difficult to call because from what I
I'll be
saw,
honest.
from what I saw, I think it's going to be difficult because I thought Newcastle were going to steamroll them. Like when they played the Champions League game,
Yeah.
I thought Newcastle was going to steamroll them like with the intensity and everything. But Barcelona coped. I also bear in mind like this podcast is in between the Champions League games, Tuesday and Wednesday. So we're shooting on Tuesday. Tomorrow's games on Wednesday. So that's why we've already watched some of the games. Some of the games are coming tomorrow. So yeah, so in my opinion, I think it's a different one to call because like you look at the intensity that Newcastle came their home, St. Jesus Park. We know it's a tough place to go to, and then they came out with a draw.
They did.
So-
That's a very good result.
So like if you look at that, going to Camp Nou is a different ballgame entirely because now Barcelona are at home. So if you look at all of that and Arsenal's first game is Bayer Leverkusen. And then you look at Bodo Glimt, who I know people will say it's an easier game, but it's gonna be a tough game.
They
still.
beat
Because
Inter
they still have to
Milan.
travel. They still have to travel down there to go play. They're not playing everything at the Emirates. So I think it's gonna be tough.
As
honestly.
much as it is, you can say favorable, but it's not easy.
Easy.
No, it's not easy.
sure.
I didn't use the word easy.
For sure.
It's
I said
not-
favorable because if you
Yeah,
look,
gonna be
all I'm
100%.
saying is because you see, Arsenal's season has been long, right? And as much as even for me, I'm a Man United fan, so I don't want to compliment them, but they look like they're in good shape, bro. And especially defensively and what they depend on to get goals, especially like if you give them a set piece, they've already proven more than enough
Yeah.
in those big games. If you just give them those set pieces, they'll break you down, they'll wear you down. And I think even if they get like a Barcelona who kind of leak goals, Arsenal will punish. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I'll say this though.
Kitty, a Barcelona
No,
fan.
this is not even coming from a Barcelona fan. This is just I've watched a lot of Arsenal games as well. And one thing I'll say, even when they come out after a game, they'll be like, hey, we struggle scoring from actual open play.
Yeah.
If it's not coming from a set piece, I'm not saying all their goals are set piece,
Yeah.
but you'll find the 1-0, the
Yeah.
2-1.
They struggle to create from open
Yes,
play.
all of those small wins that they have, all those 1-0, 2-1s.
They're playing one game every 2
United
weeks.
is already here.
Exactly. Yeah, so there's that. And then I think fourth will be Chelsea. And then I think Liverpool will be fifth.
So
That's
Aston
my
Villa
opinion.
miss out then.
Yes, I think Aston Villa will finish sixth, but they'll find a way to be in Europe because of winning the Europa League. I think they're going to win the Europa League. Yeah.
What about you?
That's 6 teams you've given, bro.
Yeah, so I just stopped at 5, but you
Okay.
want to see us.
Yeah, you have to include Aston Villa in there simply because they might win the
Europa League.
Yeah. So okay, I think actually we made a mistake because City is 7 points back.
7
7.
with a game in hand
With a
or
game in
without?
hand.
With a game in hand. Wow.
So that means if they win that game and they beat Arsenal,
And
they're still
just
1 point
remember,
back.
remember when City plays West Ham, Arsenal are playing Everton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think City play Chelsea, and then Arsenal have who next? Let me see.
It's not looking good for City, bro.
Arsenal.
It's not looking good for City.
Yeah, Arsenal will have Bournemouth at home when City plays Chelsea, and then City will have. Let me see who else here.
And that's going to be tough because City are coming.
And then
from
City will have now the Arsenal and the Arsenal game.
Small pitch you guys have.
Yeah, and that's gonna be at the Etihad, which is a huge advantage for City if it's at the Etihad.
Okay, this is my top You said Champions League,
Yeah,
right?
so top 5.
Okay.
Plus,
Now that I'm seeing this table like this, I think Arsenal have it. With the fixtures going on,
Yeah,
I think
Arsenal
Arsenal are collecting.
are gonna win that.
So I'll
Premier
say Arsenal, City. I'm hesitant to include United because I feel like any team that gets a new manager,
yeah.
you are hot to begin with.
League. No, but this is just about
Except for
getting
Tottenham.
getting to the last game, game 38. Just think about that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what you guys. How many games have you guys had under Carrick?
It's like 9 or 8 games.
Okay. That's once it gets to like 10 to 12 games,
Yeah.
now you start to see the real deal. Which there's still what? There's still like 9 games left, bro. That's a lot of games, which is why I'm hesitant to put United. So I'll say Chelsea finished third.
That's fair.
Liverpool fourth. Actually, Chelsea third, United fourth, Liverpool fifth. And then if Aston Villa can win on their part, I think they might be in it. So one of United or Liverpool
Will be out of
will
it.
be out of it. Which I'm not hating on United, but I think United might be the one.
No, I personally, I don't mind that opinion. It's very possible, but for me, I just think that with United having one game a week,
See, he's
with
praying. He knows.
with the players we have currently, I think we'll be able to get over the line. Just getting, and also like from the games I've seen under Carrick, like there are games even like, for example, Fulham, where we just know how to get the result and see out the game.
So what happened
which is
in
very
the
vital.
Newcastle game, which they had a red card for a huge chunk of the game?
Well,
You
you
guys
see,
couldn't capitalize.
I agree, by the way. But you see, the problem with United is like, by the time we were playing that United game, our squad depth is not that good, kind of depleted kind of squad. Personally, I think if we had like Dorgu in the setup for Newcastle and then also Martinez, I think we would have been much stronger to
But my
play that
my
game.
thing with United was like even before the Newcastle game. If you go back to the Fulham game, like what I was watching was really concerning because you ended up winning that game 3-2. Like some games, you're in the lead. It was
Yeah.
like what I think it was 3-0 or whatever, and then they came back penalty, another goal.
It's a very
like
slow
the lack
comeback.
of control
Yep.
in the team. I think is the problem because you guys were actually doing well until Daddy Casemiro left the pitch. They brought in Ugarte and everything is just chaos. So I mean,
Yeah,
like
that's
you
why I
said-
just feel like
you said, like the squad
yeah.
depth is a problem because
Yeah.
even there's a stats I saw that even progressive passes like Casemiro. Because if you look at this, Kobe Mino has played less games than Casemiro this season. So if you're looking at
Yeah.
based on the stats point of view, he should have more of those progressive passes than Casemiro. But he's still above him. In the top 10 list, Mino is not there. So I think Mino should be doing more than what he's doing right now. Because my concern for him is that, yes, I'm not going to say he's not a good player, but there are some things that he doesn't do enough. It's like he's comfortable being in his own, like in his comfort zone, just play the easy pass, give it to Bruno, and I'm
not
sure
playing the risk as
like he
much
doesn't
as he
take
should.
risk as much as he
Okay,
should.
so this is what I can say about that. Okay, so I think by the time even we were playing Fulham, we had already started playing like, was it Euro in the back, right? So,
Yeah.
and I think for Man U, if you want us to play like that fluid kind of style, or just keeping the ball very well, I think Martinez is very key. Like, and I don't think we have that kind of profile in our team that
The
much.
lift.
Yeah, but the Ligt, is out of the picture. He hasn't played since like what, November?
Is it
Is
that
he
he's
injured?
injured or like?
I think it's an injury because he's not been training as well.
If I can't lie, if I was a United fan,
Even if the elite is there, I don't know if he'd still be that profile.
I'm doing the
that
Ligt
replaces-
and Martinez.
Yeah,
but
but
I'm
Maguire
not a
has
fan
been
of
good though.
Maguire.
But Maguire has been good though. Like if you look at the games, like if you're actually watching the games, he's he's the leader on the pitch. His passing is really good. If you ask me, he actually tries to play the ball forward as much as he can. He joins the attack very well. Very good in set pieces as well. I just think like with just the way I mentioned, because the setup we had when we faced Arsenal and Man City, you know, there was a very good balance. You know, when Dorgu is there to stretch the game, you also have Ahmad on the pitch, who was also very lively, and then you still have Martinez, who, you know, was very good in the first phase and the second phase of the game. You know, so you know it's a lot of moving parts. But now when you start involving, you know, guys like Euro, for me, Euro, he's still too raw, you know. So in the build up, you know, even when I was watching, even when the games has been involved, it's just more like us trying to just survive, you know, the game, as opposed to like him controlling the game and imposing his game, that kind of thing.
So you see my point of view where I'm saying,
Yeah, you know, our
United
squad is weaker now,
Compared
but
to-
I think with regard to like even the game we have against Villa this coming weekend, I think we have a good shot to just get the result. And I think even for most teams, even like City, Arsenal, they've just had those games. Even like they're not playing very well, and it's just a matter of getting the result.
you know, if you can be able to get a result.
Yeah, because if
even
you
when
watched
you're
even
not
Man
playing
City
well.
against Leeds, like it wasn't so much about like playing that attractive style and showing out. You know, it was just about getting the result, and that was it, in and out. You know, and I think Manu will do that, and I think our fixtures kind of favor us to do that. But yeah, I think we need our guys back though. You know, to finish the season very strong. Yeah.
Right, so I'm just gonna say mine. So honestly, I have a little bias because I can't be caught outside saying Arsenal win anything in public.
Yeah.
I'm a Chelsea fan, so you can't be doing that. But for me personally, I would say who wins the league? I'll say Man City win the league because I think they've been there, done that a couple times. They've been there, they've won it. Arsenal haven't. So unless they prove me wrong, I'll say fair play. We can't be having our rivals winning things now. It doesn't work like that. But I think second, I think Arsenal will come second for the fourth season in a row. Yeah, and then for third, I think Chelsea will make it to third. Fourth, I think Manchester United will just make it in there, just because of the less games, and then even if any injuries happen, they have enough time for their players to come back and be ready for the next game. Because if I'm not mistaken, after their game on Aston Villa, they have their next games in 5 days. They play Bournemouth, and then in 3 weeks they don't play again for 3 weeks. So they have time for people to come back and play. Fifth, I will say Liverpool, just because above Aston Villa, because Aston Villa, I think they will prioritize the Europa League just because of the high stakes. Their form in the Premier League right now is very, very questionable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they can't even score goals. They've scored like 4 goals in the past 5 games. So like the form is bad. So I think they'll prioritize Europe, and then hope if they win it, good for them. But I'm not even sure they're gonna win it honestly. And then I think yeah, but I do think Aston Villa will come sixth.
Wait,
So
what about Chelsea's fixtures? Like, how comes we're not looking at? Because you see, like, I think for Chelsea,
This Chelsea
there's
fan
some
here.
yeah.
He's
That's the
hiding.
thing.
He's
And you see,
hiding.
and you know,
Let me
he's
see.
forgetting. The Aston Villa game is kind of painting a different picture from what I saw in the Leeds game where they drew.
Yes, bro.
Was it we drew them 2-2 at home, and then
the
also
Burnley game where we
what
drew
was
1-1.
this? Drew one
Drew
one
1-1.
Burnley at
Yep,
home as
yep.
well. And if you look at it, Pedro was on form. I think Palmer just got a hat trick at Wolves before the Leeds and the Burnley game, and they still.
Hey, Chelsea.
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
Chelsea.
So I don't know what's giving.
We have the
I
toughest.
don't know what's giving him that
I'll
confidence.
say this.
No. See, we have the toughest.
Yeah,
no,
I just-
in the running.
yeah, I just-
we have the toughest.
I just
fixtures.
need.
But I would say like we have.
Because I think Prince is looking at it from a very biased lens. Because he also has to realize his defense is not that good. You know.
No, relax. No, what I'm gonna say is that if you're gonna look at that.
Wrexham got what? How many goals?
It's not looking good, bro.
Yeah.
No, we have tough game. We have Manchester City.
I'll list for you.
Yeah.
Let him.
Even we including Champions League because that matters. Because
Yeah.
you have to realize, are
You
you
have to rotate
resting?
the
Are you
squad, yeah.
rotating?
Yeah.
This is how it's going. Tomorrow, PSG. Immediately after, Newcastle. Immediately after, PSG again.
Mhm.
Away at Everton. That's never an easy game for anybody.
Yeah.
And then, well, you have Port Vale in FA
FA
Cup.
Cup.
And then City, and then United, and then Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool,
I don't think Chelsea win all those games. I'm sorry.
and Tottenham.
I'm sorry. I
We're
don't
gonna
think
beat
Chelsea win
Tottenham,
all those
obviously.
games.
Oh,
But I think
So you're telling me right now, Prince, Chelsea are gonna go on like an 8-game winning streak right now?
no, it doesn't.
Is that
It
what you're
doesn't
telling
just matter on just us because I've been saying like people who have my contacts, if you've ever seen, I've been saying it. The way the Premier League is, from August, I've been shouting the same thing. Just stay in and around first to fifth. Just stay, even if you're losing, drawing, just
stay there.
stay there. Because at the end of the season, it's not just gonna be you. Because Chelsea has Champions League, Arsenal also has Champions
That's
League,
true.
also has FA
That's
Cup.
true.
And Liverpool has the same thing. So like we all have the same problems. So people will prioritize differently. And if you're gonna look at squad depth now, all my midfielders are back.
Mhm.
The only person injured in my team right now, I'll say Cole, who has come back. So at some point this season he'll come and play. And then Estevao that is out.
That's what I was saying, Prince.
So like my players are back. So if you're
Palmer
talking
was
about
there.
rotating, no,
Enzo was there.
no, wait. No. It was different. Palmer was not there the whole season.
No, but he was there for Leeds, right?
No, it's not.
And they're just going from scoring a hat trick, right?
If you check our results for the past games since Rosinho took over, we've won out of 15 games, we've won I think 12, lost 3 to Arsenal, and then I think we drew 2. I think the numbers are wrong, but at least 10 or whatever we've won. And then we drew to Leeds and Burnley, and then we lost to Arsenal 3 times. And in the league, that's 1. So in the league, since he's been here, we've lost once and drawn 2. We've won the rest. So if you're going to take that form moving forward, everyone else has tough games. If we lose today, someone else is going to lose. I don't trust Liverpool to win half of their games.
That's true.
I don't trust United to win half of their games.
Carrick has just lost 1 game, bro. So I don't understand the bias.
But the game we lost was against Arsenal. Who did you lose to?
As Newcastle,
We
bro.
lost away to Newcastle.
Yeah, that's a tough game.
So, so we're going to play them.
Hey, they had 10 men for a good chunk of the
It's
game.
still a tough game.
What are we saying?
It's still a tough
Let's
game.
go.
And personally, I don't even think you guys won there. Did you? You did not.
So
You
for
see
the
what I
games,
mean?
for the games that we have at home,
Yeah,
so
like Newcastle
we play
is like
United.
hit and miss.
We play United,
And by the
Newcastle.
way, don't forget,
and
United
Manchester
have a very. I actually realized United have a very poor record recently in St James Park. Like, and if West Ham is another stadium, so we have those stadiums where like.
So what I'm
Yo,
gonna say is,
and if and the thing is also, just let me let you know, like, you see the way Villa is, you guys face them, right?
yeah.
I can confidently tell you, I think we beat Villa this coming weekend.
So
I think that's a draw. That's a draw.
Because
The way I see it-
Villa without Tielemans, without Kamara, without
McGinn.
That's another thing I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I think that Champions League finish, health is gonna be so important.
And I think also Villa playing tomorrow, right? On Thursday?
They're playing on Thursday.
Yeah. So we are
that's what
winning
I'm
3
saying.
points.
Fitness
Fit-
comes.
yeah.
Fitness comes into
Yeah,
it.
so 3
Health,
points.
the moment 1 or 2 teams lose their key players, they're out of the run.
Wemo.
So what I was saying.
No, he's gonna
He's
score.
playing. So what I'm going like, if you look at Chelsea's game,
Oh, come on. He's been trash by the way. Wemo has not been good, by the way, under Carrick. But I think he's gonna just have that performance. You know, also sometimes these guys, they feel the pressure. Even Ahmad has been under pressure. I'm seeing Prince over here posting about Garnacho. And I'm like,
the numbers
and I'm
don't
like,
lie.
and that's okay.
What are the numbers saying?
Keith, but if you're
What do you need a goal and you bring Garnacho on? You
yeah,
put
that's
him
what I'm
up the
saying.
board
If you
for
watch the
Garnacho.
numbers don't lie. But and it's okay. The numbers don't lie.
The numbers
But
don't
Keith,
lie.
even you, when you're watching the game, which winger would you rather have, Ahmad or Garnacho?
For my team,
Yeah.
for what I have,
To start or
For what
on
I
the
need-
bench?
No, just to start, bro. If you had
Neither.
one place.
Neither.
No, come on. But who's the better player between Ahmad and Garnacho? When you watch the game,
Garnacho
Be honest.
Garnacho has more
be
Premier League
honest.
experience.
Be
than Ahmad.
honest. Be honest.
He has the
When-
numbers
which,
more than Ahmad.
Which winger would you prefer?
I'll take
watching?
the experience.
And also, I don't
Garnacho
understand.
has.
Like, what's the criticism? What's the criticism behind Ahmad? By the way, like, what's his?
No, they're not saying he's
What's
bad.
he-
We're not
Nobody's saying
he's
he's bad.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's
not
like
what people say he
he
is.
is.
What do you mean?
Like they hype him like
People
he's,
rate him so much.
Yes,
but
which-
he's not that.
He's not that though.
Okay, so what does he do wrong? Tell me.
Ahmad is a good squad player.
It's like I'll say.
Okay, and that's what I've
He's
asked
a
you.
squad
When,
player.
as in terms, that's what
That's
I've
a
asked
very broad
That's what I've
question.
asked.
Yeah. You
Okay,
can't just
so,
say what he does
okay, so
wrong.
let me answer it. So that question that I've just asked. Okay, so I think personally he has a very good touch, right?
You're a Premier League player. If you don't
He has
have a good touch,
he won't be
But
there.
not Garnacho doesn't have a good touch though.
no.
Garnacho doesn't have a good touch.
So
So
you
come
can't say
on.
that.
Come on.
Okay.
Garnacho cannot dribble. I'll be honest with you. He cannot beat his man 1v1 He cannot. Don't lie
How,
to me.
how consistently
Don't lie
does
to me.
Ahmad do it? How consistently does Ahmad?
Ahmad beats players, bro. If you look at take-ons, bro, Ahmad, I'm sure his stats are very
So after
good.
the take-ons, what happens next?
What's the end product?
Okay, so that's another thing. So many players are struggling with. Doku, same thing.
Doku
So
has
many.
raised his level.
Doku has never
But he only has one goal in like what, the last 8 months.
Final
in the
product
Premier
doesn't
League.
just mean goal.
But that's,
Final
you guys are
product-
asking me about
No,
final
no, no.
product.
Final
No.
product means you're either assisting or actually making a chance.
Okay,
with
so
your
simply
take-on.
Ahmad has more goals than Doku.
So,
even more
so
assists.
are you taking Ahmad over Doku?
It's a tough one, but I will
No,
take.
no,
I'll
yes or
take
no?
Ahmad. I'll take Ahmad.
You take Ahmad over Doku.
Yeah,
Okay, that's your opinion.
yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
There's no problem. So
That's a very United-based
No, it's not even
fan answer.
What do you mean?
Are you serious?
I'm
Doku?
serious. Have you seen like?
Doku?
Have you seen
Let me
Ahmad's
sit
goal
down for this.
catalog? Have you seen Ahmad's goal catalog?
Yes.
Bro, he's like, I guess it's a confidence thing, but bro, he can score all kinds of goals.
Over
I mean,
Doku?
we are yet to see it, but if you
Comment
see,
section,
Ahmad has a
please.
Premier League.
Hey,
Ahmad-
comment section. Let us know if that was there.
I was going to telling Prince, Ahmad has a Premier League hat trick, bro. You think he just get a Saka? Does he have one? No, he doesn't.
Don't bring Saka into this conversation. That's another overhyped player that
we'll talk about Saka next.
We'll talk about Saka in a few minutes.
So like if we're talking about before we get into that, let's talk about
Yeah, but in terms of like the fundamentals, I think Ahmad is a much better player than Garnacho.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Doku.
Yeah.
Anyway, you take us.
So before we get to where we are, these players, we'll get into the numbers. But before that, since we're talking about positions in the league, let's talk about Burnley, Nottingham Forest, and
The relegation mess.
the relegation. Because I think Burnley are 19 points. I think.
Let's see.
No, that's Wolves.
Yep.
Wolves are.
Oh yeah, and also
points.
Wolves are
Wolves might as well
Wolves are
start playing
also.
championship right
They are
now.
done.
No,
You're
but
taking
Wolves
space.
have been very good.
But they're not going. They're not going to.
Recently.
They're not going to make up the.
No, I'm not saying they're going to survive.
There'll be
Yes,
a problem,
but
though.
they will pick up points because
Yeah.
they just beat Liverpool.
All right, let's see. Let's see who Tottenham has. Tottenham. Okay, let's see. The difference between 16 to 18 is 1 point. Burnley might as well be done. They have 19 points. And Wolves have 16. So those two,
are done.
they're out. So it's one spot left. And it's 1 point between all these guys. No games in hand, no nothing.
And don't forget, Forest also trying to win the Europa League. Yeah, or were they knocked out?
Forest. Oh, they're still in there.
Yeah,
They're still in there.
If
Actually.
I'm Forest, I'm prioritizing
The league, the Europa.
the Europa.
You want to play
You might as well.
can the Europa give them like
champion?
help
Yeah.
them stay in the Premier League?
Nah.
No.
No.
You want to be in the championship, playing in the Champions League next season?
Bro. so if you're Forest,
Yeah.
what would you do?
Premier League.
Really?
Focus on the Prem.
Prem, you're not getting a trophy. You might as well
But you
try
still
to
need-
get the trophy though.
The money. When you go down to the championship, TV rights, everything is slashed.
Everything plummet.
Everything is slashed in half.
I get that, but
Yeah,
So
and
you
actually,
have
the
to
Premier
stop
League,
players.
the Premier League parachute payments are just like.
It's crazy. So
Yeah.
like TV rights, you're gonna lose all that money
I'm
And
a
even-
winner.
and even the merit
I
money,
like to win trophies.
Even the merit money you make from the Premier League.
per game, bonuses and everything. You lose all of that. So imagine going to the championship, you lose all your star players, and then you're playing in the Champions League. You're gonna lose every match anyways.
Don't you think winning that conference league? Are they in conference or
I think Europa.
Europa?
In Europa, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're not winning that.
They're not winning that.
Oh yeah.
So
Hey,
just
bro,
focus.
I thought it was conference. Hey, okay, yeah. Focus on getting the Premier League.
Palace are the ones in the
Place.
conference.
Okay.
I think Palace can win the conference.
All right. Let's see who Forest
You
has.
think Palace can win the conference?
I think if I look at between Palace and Strasbourg, I think Strasbourg are better than Palace.
What? No.
I think so too.
They
I
did
think
beat
so
them.
too.
They beat them already.
I think so too.
Yeah, I watched that game actually.
Yeah.
But I think Palace, if they meet Strasbourg in a final, I think it's gonna be hot, and I think Palace will win. But if it's in a final,
I mean, I'm biased in that one also, but
I just saw.
because
who-
you know Wharton, bro. Whoa.
I just saw who Nottingham
What
Forest
one?
has, bro. I think they're the ones going down.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. Because listen to this. They have Fulham next. This coming week is 15th, right? They have Fulham next.
Yeah.
They have Tottenham next. They have Aston Villa. They have Burnley.
I think they can win Fulham, and I think they can win Spurs. Because you see, you're not realizing.
That's a relegation.
Spurs,
That's a
no,
relegation.
but another thing, don't forget, this Forest team went and fought against City that needed to win that game
And
that
they
they
drew
played,
2-2.
and they drew 2-2.
So you think they'll get a point?
Personally, I think what Spurs don't have, and what Forest and West Ham have is fight and passion right now.
So you don't think
And
Tottenham will fight?
Tottenham don't
not
have
to
fight.
go down?
They don't have fight. They don't have
Not
fight.
to go down?
Did you see how they lost last game?
I don't trust Tottenham to pick up any points. At
Yeah,
this point,
Tottenham don't have any fight.
because the first thing they need
Not
to
even
do.
one.
No, I
Not
think
even
they
a
will.
draw.
No, I think they will. I
Tottenham
don't know
don't
what
have
game
fight.
is gonna
They'll
be.
win a game, but they'll not get in. They'll not win enough to stay in the Premier League. That's my opinion.
Keep in mind, Nottingham Forest still has Chelsea, Newcastle, United in a row. That's where I think they're done for.
But
In
also
a row.
Spurs, bro. Like
Let's see who Spurs has.
Because that's what I'm saying. If you lose today, you're what's the assurance that the next team is gonna win? So like you're still in and around it.
Hey, Tottenham collecting 5. And you people be, hey, Premier League, you collected 5, bro, in a Champions League.
But what,
Yeah, but you see, even if Atletico lost that game, bro, like it would have just made them look bad.
Who?
Atletico.
Yeah. Because how you losing to a relegation?
Yeah, exactly. You know?
Okay, Tottenham have Forest, they have Sunderland, they have Brighton, they have Wolves, they have Villa, they have Leeds, they have Chelsea and Everton.
They're not winning.
which I don't know, man.
Bro, they're not winning any of those games, bro.
I feel like they'll have draws, which those draws will save them compared to Forest.
Yeah.
Because those 3 games that I mentioned for Forest, they're not winning any of those. Or getting
Bro,
even a
you know
point.
Forest are gonna score 3 against Spurs, right?
Bro, that's a
Bro,
stretch.
you see,
I think between
bro,
I
do you
think
know
if
who
you go
gives-
if you
do you
go
know-
Forest and
Do
Tottenham,
you
I
know
think Forest
Forest
win.
have informed players in Elliot Anderson?
They do.
They have Gibbs White, and they have that guy, the striker. What's his name called?
I think I might be underrating
Jesus.
Forest too much.
Jesus as
You
well.
guys-
Those guys are actually playing
You
and
guys
scoring
got a point.
goals.
You
But
got
the
a
thing
point.
here with Tottenham is like they need
And
to
then
pick up-
Odoi
they need
also.
to pick up a point somewhere.
They do.
But
Because they've been
who's
losing-
producing? But who's
They've been
producing?
losing
Who's
everything.
Who's producing for
Just
Tottenham right
from
now?
if I'm looking at Tottenham, like for the last how many games,
They don't have, because you see,
Solanke is the only one I can point out.
that
'cause he
but and
scored-
even who's giving Solanke anything?
I don't know why Igotu does not play Xavi anymore because he's the only creative anything that is.
But even when he's
He's
gotten
not
game
playing.
time, he's not doing anything.
Tottenham have
The
lost.
last game when he played
5
against
in a
Crystal
row.
Palace, when he came off the bench, he was lively, but he played 10 minutes.
But where's the output? You need to actually contribute in the game and get
Then
the results.
the problem with Tottenham is that you have Xavi. He needs the ball. He's the number 10. You can't have your best creative
On
player.
the bench.
You can't have either on the bench or in the defensive
And even,
third.
bro, honestly, the
Who's gonna give
profiles,
them- they don't have
the profiles,
progressors.
yeah, exactly. They
They
don't have
who's gonna
progressive.
pass the ball to him?
Bissouma is trash. Paulinho is not.
Bissouma is not trash. Bro.
No,
I don't think
bro.
Bissouma is trash. I think it's the
System-
situation of the team.
Bro, situations give-
Yeah, players.
Players,
different
yeah, bro.
Environment matters.
No.
Environment.
If
I think
Bissouma was
environment
half the
matters.
player people think he is, Tottenham would not be in this situation.
Oh,
But
come
when-
on, he's a CDM.
but
What do
when-
you want him to
What
do?
you want?
Progressive ball.
Come on, bro.
Why is the ball not able to get
Come
to
on,
Xavi? And he's the one who's
Okay.
playing.
But he
So-
wasn't playing all this while though.
So, okay, listen.
He wasn't playing.
Well,
He had
Bentancur.
issues.
Okay,
He had issues
okay.
with the
So
club.
Paulinho, Bentancur, and Gallagher. So who's gonna get the ball to
Bentancur has
Xavi?
been injured for a while.
Okay,
just
cool.
got Gallagher.
But yeah, either way,
A
any
lot
of
of these
those,
players you're
any of those
mentioning
players, who
are
gets the ball to
CDMs.
Xavi?
Keep that in
Exactly.
mind.
That's
Okay,
Spurs.
listen.
That's Spurs'
And
problem.
then Gallagher just got there in January.
But he's
transfer.
not the progressive style kind of player to.
So
to, you know,
how
connect
why
with
why
them.
are you putting those guys in a situation where you're saying why
They
are
need to
not
get a
producing
result.
like that?
Exactly. They need to get a result.
But
though.
you can't expect Gallagher to do what he can.
You
like
can.
That's why
passer is
they're
a
getting.
progressive
That's
passer.
why they're gonna get
If
relegated.
you don't have that, then you can't.
Because you see, listen. Forest have who's there's that big guy, the big DM. Is it Sangare?
Sangari.
And then he's with Elliot, who is box to box, connecting the play, connecting with Gibbs White, has passing range.
So what you're saying
So,
is Tottenham
Forest,
will go down. And
Forest,
Forest will survive.
Forest have a better balanced squad right now. So what I was saying about Tottenham is, from Tottenham, what I've seen in the past recent weeks is the kind of squad that they've been putting out has not been like perfect. Okay, they have injuries, Kulusevski, Madison, name it.
See,
You
like,
know, and also they've been getting these niggling red cards, right? So, you know, you find Romero's not been there, and then they have to play now either Van der Ven and Dragosin, and then at the same time they're playing um, and Archie Gray in the fullback positions because they don't have Poro and Spence coincidentally are not there at the same time, you know, and Udogi is also not there. So they've been playing, and you know, like which game was this? That I think Manu they played. The fullbacks were Gallagher and Archie Gray, bro.
Because of the red card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see, and not even because of the red card, but those are the fullbacks at the beginning of the game.
At that time.
You know, and then
Poro is
Romero
back.
got, and then Romero got the red card, and then now, you know, it just, you know what I mean. And then now in the midfield, they're playing these guys who are not, as you said, good ball progressors. So you already don't have fullbacks, ball progressors. Your defenders are clumsy. The goalkeeper is clumsy. You know, your strikers, who's your best striker? Is it Moani? Is it Solanke? Is it Richarlison? You know, you have these players, who else? Odobe. Is it Odobe who did the ACL? Tell, when he gets his chance, doesn't look convincing enough. Just too many question marks. When for me, I think when I look at like Forest or Doe, if you need him to just give you that one performance against the Spurs, you know, who don't have a fullback, he can do it. Morgan Gibbs-White has been playing very well, getting goals in the Europa League and the Premier League. You saw his goal against City, wonderful finish. You know, so I think Forest have a bit more, bro. And don't forget they have stable, at least a more stable backline than Spurs in Murillo and that Milanovic guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Milankovic, exactly. Murillo is, personally, I wouldn't mind him at Man United. You know,
I'll say this:
solid defender.
if
You know,
let's say worst case Tottenham stay up, which according to you don't think they will, which are also it's very shaky for them. If they don't get relegated this season, they're done next season because they're not maintaining their star players after this year.
Probably.
We can all agree that.
Yeah.
The likes of Van der Ven, all these star players.
I think
Romero's already said
he's already
leaving.
He's
leaving, for sure. All these star players that they have, they are core players. Most of them are not staying. After the season, they've had the inconsistency with the coaches and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, bro. So if they stay up this season, which is looking less than likely,
which is gonna go there.
Exactly. I don't think, because nobody's also coming into Tottenham.
Yeah.
Like you're not going into the market saying, "Oh, I can get this one, I can get that one."
In January, they knew they were going to be the relegation fight, and who did they go get? Gallagher. How does Gallagher even make sense to their plan?
Exactly. You know? So I think if they're not done this season, next season,
wraps.
Yeah, it's wraps.
Fair enough. So I want to ask an interesting question. Do you think VAR should be scrapped?
VAR. That's a nice one. Kit, what do you think about VAR?
You mean straight up scrapped? So how we were in 2017?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
I am not the biggest fan of VAR.
Yes.
I would be. I'll put it this way. I would be a big fan of VAR if they were consistent.
Yeah.
As sometimes they do take long. They'll take long on a decision where we're watching the game live on TV. We're like, come on, bro, what is going on? You know, this is very obvious. Why is it taking you 5 to 7 minutes for you to come to something, you know? So that part of VAR, I know that's one part that people really hate about the game because that kills momentum in the game as well. I've watched several games where a team is trying to climb back, a decision goes to VAR, takes too long, momentum dies. So that's one part that people do not like. Another part is the inconsistency, like I said, right?
Yeah.
There's many times where it's clearly a foul, it's clearly this, it's clearly that, but it doesn't really go like that. So one or two, three things that I would like for them to do is one, we need accountability with these refs.
Exactly.
If you're in the VAR booth and you make a mistake, you have all the time in the world for you to correct it. You can literally see it, yet you're still making a mistake, which is what VAR was brought to eliminate, right? And then another thing I would like for it to be in the VAR room is a ex-player, ex-professional player, somebody who has been in the game, somebody who has actually experienced it, because that makes it, that brings context within the situation that just happened. And
But my argument against having ex-players there is because it's beneficial. I would say it goes both ways, because I've watched a lot of games where the commentary, something is very obvious, and then I'm hearing an ex-player saying, if you give him a red card for this, it's gonna be harsh, or if that's a penalty.
I
I
get
don't
your point.
agree.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, you watch this, like, what are the rules? The rules are very clear. If you make your silhouette big enough, it's a penalty.
It is.
Like the Declan Rice one against Chelsea, where first of all, your two hands are on his body. You're already committing a
And
foul.
then you're doing
And
this
then you
here.
raise your
Like,
elbow up, and then he touches it. And I'm hearing the commentator telling me, who is an ex-player,
would be harsh.
telling me that it's harsh to
I
give it
do.
as a
I
penalty.
do see your point.
So like,
You don't think it was?
That was.
Okay.
I was like, you see,
Okay.
Stone. Okay, then the next one was Joao Pedro.
Yeah.
Saliba held him.
Yeah.
That's foul number
Nothing.
1. And then Raya comes and punches him on the head.
Nothing.
That's nothing. And I'm hearing the commentator still telling me that that's gonna go nowhere. That's obviously not a penalty. So like, I think the problem with that one is like some of the ex-players are like, they are so deep in their own ways and in their own era.
Yeah.
Like the fouls that they see,
keep
they
in mind,
still believe that it's still gonna be the same way they referee the game.
It's those players who, like Roy Keane.
Exactly.
He'll see this is clearly a foul, but he's like, in my day that wouldn't be. So I do see your point there. So yeah, I do see your point there.
Because for me personally, I would say like when it comes to the VAR itself, the VAR, I think, is a very beautiful concept. The problem itself is the referees.
Yes.
Because the person in the VAR booth is a referee. The person on the pitch is a referee. We have 3 other referees. There's 5 of you.
How are we missing things, bro?
And then you make a decision today, and it's different tomorrow. And then when they come to justify, they'll tell us that it's a subjective decision. Come on, we see something happen in 3 different games on the same weekend, and they call it differently. Like at some point, don't you guys come together and like, don't you guys debrief yourself? Because I know for a fact that they have after game reports. They write down the report of the game. So like, these things happen. Like for example, the Leeds game, FA Cup, Leeds against I don't remember who they played.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Norwich.
No, Norwich. Leeds scored a goal where Nonto, the ball came in, it touched Nonto's hand, and then they scored.
Yeah, I saw that.
They scored after. What did the VAR say that was not a goal? Why? Because it was handball before the goal. And then you come to the Chelsea game where their defender handles the ball, the ball rolls over, they score. He says, nothing I can do. It's literally the same thing. Why is it different today?
Who touched
different
the ball?
tomorrow?
The Chelsea defender, and then
no, it was the Leeds defender.
No.
Like they were attacking the Chelsea game. Leeds were attacking. So I don't remember his name. The number 2 guy. The ball was in the air. The ball bounced. So he tried to jump, and then the ball touched his hand. That ball was gonna go behind him. So the ball touched his hand and came forward, and there's a scuffle, and the ball eventually rolled to what's his name? Their number 9, Calvert-Lewin or Mecha. He rolled to Mecha and he scored the goal. And the VAR looked at it. They looked at it and they were like, "There's nothing I can do."
And they gave the goal?
They gave the goal.
Oh, that's crazy.
So it's like that's the issue that I have with VAR, because things that happen so often is so common. Almost every match you could see the same things happening.
Like I said.
But you want to tell me that it's subjective.
Like I said, I think holding them accountable would make a big difference. I'm gonna bring a small basketball convo in this. You guys are aware, Draymond Green, right?
Yeah.
So on his podcast, one day he was saying one thing that the official can be held to after the game.
Yeah.
Go to the conference room. Let us ask you questions. Okay, there was a handball here.
Yeah.
Come tell us, why didn't you call that? You had VAR, you had this, you had that. Why was this not, you have to explain to us, because a lot of the times they'll get away with it because nobody's really questioning you like that, unless they follow up completely. But then, okay, I'll give an example, a Barcelona game. I don't want to be biased or anything. The game that Barcelona lost 4-0 against Atletico, first leg of Copa del Rey.
Yeah.
We played badly. I'll take that. But we scored a goal to make it 4-1. They called it offside. If you watch that, it wasn't offside, right? Clearly. Thank you. It wasn't offside. But then Barcelona pressed a little bit, and then you know what they came out and said? Oh yeah, that was our mistake. We're sorry about that. Another game, it happened the same thing. Kunde got fouled. Clearly,
Played on.
they played on. The other team scored, right? VAR didn't check it. The ref didn't call it. And keep in mind, they had called the same thing the previous year. They called a foul. VAR checked it. They said no goal, right? So what I'm saying to that, they'll come out a few days later and say, "Oh, we're sorry."
Yeah.
We're sorry.
It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything because next week, right? That's 3 points you've cost the team. Going back to a second leg with the game 4-1 compared to 4-0 is a very big difference. Keep in mind that 4-1 is a momentum changer. If you watch that game, Barcelona was gaining momentum, It took 5-7 minutes to call that, So basically what I'm trying to bring home is you come out say sorry, but the damage has been done. Which is why I'm calling for it to be like, come out to the press conference. Let us ask you these questions so that, when next time you make the mistake,
I knew last season, at some point last season, the referee was so bad that the people started bringing it up. Like, we need to start interviewing this referee.
Yes, bro.
But come aboard, they shut it down.
Of course.
Yeah. Refereeing in England has always been an issue. Like,
tell us about, you haven't said about the VAR. So what do you think?
So, man, VAR is, it's mixed emotions for me because, I've also been on the bad end. My teams, they've been on the bad end of so many decisions. And also at the same time, like, I think, when you think of just the game of football and how we really enjoyed it, like, especially for VAR, I think it's very helpful with the tackles, especially, those bad tackles getting reviewed and all that. My thing with VAR is offside decisions to some extent. Sometimes, man, like, it's someone's like finger, bro, literally a fingernail. And you're offside because of that, man.
If it works for your team, you're like
happy.
Yeah.
But if it works against you, then it's a problem.
Yeah, and
so that's very subjective.
The era I grew up watching ball, and I don't get me wrong, VR is a technology thing, but modern day, back in the day, when you could go to score that goal, and
But let me interrupt you real quick, right?
Because even if you look at Arsene Wenger and the offside rule,
that cannot go.
You need to examine it.
Cannot go. Go relax. Go relax.
We can't be doing that.
You did well in your time.
Okay, I think his offside rule is very excessive. Like, because he says like you can literally be the whole body.
Just something like
But what I'm arguing for is like a body part. Like, let's say just like the leg or something, bro.
Well,
there should be some sort of leeway, to be fair.
No, but the rule is whatever you
goal scoring,
whatever you can use to score a goal. If it's offside, it's offside. People use Ronaldo has used every part of his body to score a goal. So if your shoulder is offside, you're offside.
Well, you can score with shoulder.
You can score with
you're offside.
Yeah.
Right?
So
but if your hand is there, but this is fine, you see that's
fine.
where the
as I said, for me, I like VR for the tackles and all that. But when it comes to offside, I just think sometimes with the game I grew up watching and the entertainment value that was there before VAR, especially the offside decisions, I preferred the previous era.
I still think the entertainment value is there. One thing I will say about VAR is if you go back and watch those games, a lot of offsides were missed. And a lot of offside was given, which was not an offside. Exactly. I'll bring a point to this. Me, I don't like Madrid at all. So I know things that they've been cheating throughout the years. Well, cheating is a wrong word, but things have gone extremely their way far too many times where Bayern Munich against Real Madrid, semi-final, quarter-final, where Real Madrid won. Cristiano had a hat-trick.
Oh man, there was a lot of bad calls.
I think that was a semi-final.
You see what I'm saying? If VAR was
even against Juventus.
Exactly. Thank you. See, so he's a United fan. Comment section, he's a United fan. Don't come at me because I'm just a Barcelona, But if you look at those calls, if VAR was there, some people don't get red cards. Like that Vidal, how do you get a red card for that? And Casemiro does similar challenges, even worse. You see what I'm saying? Ronaldo had 2 offside goals that was not called, which is clearly with your eye you can see, but it's not called.
I think that goes for probably every single team that's
It
played at
does.
that thing.
It does. It
Because
does.
even like I don't even want to talk about the Ferguson era, man. The abominations that Manchester United were allowed to get away with, because there's even a game that I think both of them, Drogba and I don't know whether it's Vidic or someone, jumped, stamped Drogba on the chest. They fell. Drogba got a yellow card, and I'm like, what's happening here?
So-
Because if VAR was there, he gets sent off.
But then at the same time, you have to look at it now. Even something similar will happen today. That other guy gets the yellow or the red.
Right.
But another similar thing happens again,
And he gets
nothing.
nothing.
So,
that's the
the
inconsistencies with the refs.
inconsistency with the VAR is what is most controversial about VAR. If VAR was just throughout since
Which
the
is gonna be
beginning,
hard because it involves people. You know, and
it has very
Yeah,
subjective
humans.
So
calls.
what you say in general, like, would you keep or scrap?
I'll keep
Would you
despite, but we can include ways.
to make it better?
Yeah,
make
you
it
know, just
better.
because of tech, I think I'll keep it. But as I
What
said,
do you think?
for me,
Yeah.
I favor it
I'll
more for
keep
the
it.
tackles.
I think it's good, but just the referees need to buckle up. That's for me.
Yeah, but England has never had consistent refereeing.
You
like-
think England is bad? Come see La Liga.
Okay, in
Like,
general football, in general football,
The state of refereeing right now is
Yeah.
really bad. So like game that happened today, the Champions League game. So Bayern Munich and Atalanta 6-1. Atletico Madrid, Tottenham 5-2, and then Newcastle Barcelona 1-1. What do you think about the Bayern game over the two legs?
Bayern
I
is
think
already through. at
Bayern
this
is
point.
through. Bayern are a dominant team. They will finish them off. Or it's already done. I think.
I have, well, before we even tackle that, do you guys think Company is a great coach, or did he just inherit a nice squad?
I think both, because however talented you are as a manager, your team caps your potential. Because whatever he was doing at Burnley, it was obvious he was trying to do something good, but the players he had, they just couldn't do what he wanted them to
That's
do.
true.
So that was a big problem for him. But now you come to Bayern, and like when you have Harry Kane, you have Olise, you have Gnabry,
Then
you
who
have
can
Diaz.
execute what you're trying to
Give
do?
them a plan, and they just go there and do the magic. So that's the difference between, I would say. So I think from what I've seen, I think
He's
he's
a
really
good coach.
I think he's a good coach. He had a team like Burnley playing front foot, bossing teams,
He did bring them up so
Bring-
nicely from
Yeah.
Championship.
and they were playing dominant
They
football.
did.
And even when
They
they came to Premier League football, they never surrendered their
They started
principles.
nicely. They did
Yeah.
start good.
And also think of how they were playing for a relegation team. They were coming to your stadium and they want to keep the ball more than you and create chances.
Yeah, it's just that quality, because if you even look at Leicester with Maresca, it's the same thing. They were dominating the Championship. They
Right.
come to the Premier League, and it's a big
Yeah.
problem. So I think
The only thing is Maresca didn't get the chance to manage.
in the Premier League,
Racing
yeah,
at
because
Swansea,
he left
yeah.
and went to Chelsea. So the game for tomorrow, we have
Well, I have. Who is to blame? The goalkeeper in the Tottenham game or the coach?
The coach is lost. That guy is lost. There's nothing he's going to offer Tottenham, I think.
I think it's the
I think Tottenham will end up actually sacking
Well,
him.
no, not the overall picture. I'm just talking about
that particular
because
game.
Atletico was up 3-0 in the 16th minute.
Yeah.
Off of two goalkeeper mistakes.
Yeah.
I think the goalkeeper has
Champions League football.
some sort of responsibility, because those mistakes are really, really bad mistakes.
You're a professional
Yeah, you're
footballer,
a
my
professional,
guy.
so you have to take some kind of responsibility
Yeah.
for that. But I also think like the manager has.
He saw them out there.
He saw, because this goalkeeper hasn't played a professional match since October, and then in a crunch time football match like this, Champions League round of
Big
16,
game.
first leg, away from home, you decide to take out your number one and then put this guy, and then he makes two mistakes after 17 minutes after he's gone.
You bring him
You
out.
bring him off.
Come on, bruh.
Like, you can do much better.
Only for your next one to collect another two.
2 goals. So
What's
what
the
was the
difference
point?
at this point?
What was the point?
I just think Tottenham, regardless of whichever keeper
It
was
was
there,
just gonna be bad.
it was just going to be
So
bad.
you don't think the game would have had a slightly different outlook if
Well,
there
you
was
take-
no mistakes?
If you take those 2 goals out, it's 3-2 on aggregate now.
But what are Spurs going to offer in the Champions League? Though?
No, well,
No, we're talking about the
we're
game.
just
on
talking
its own.
about
The thing is,
knockout football
Tottenham,
is different than league
I
football.
agree,
Yeah.
but you see, I just don't think Tottenham in terms of just what they have in their squad right now. They have. I think they should do their best to try and win the Champions League game, right? Of course, but I just think it's a bit beyond them, to be honest. And the evidence was there with just what the goalkeeper was doing with the errors. Even I think the manager had mentioned how, the game was literally 4-2. They were gaining back momentum to get back. And then they just gave away another goal. And that was Vicario.
Which is exactly why I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Momentum is very important.
Yeah, and that was Vicario, the keeper who was subbed on to make the game better.
So
Still,
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Imagine if the keeper doesn't make those mistakes, because the moment you score one goal in the 6th minute, you're already pushing now. You're pushing. You're at home. Keep in mind you're at home. So you're trying to go after it. So that's what I'm saying. They scored the first one off the keeper mistake. They got the second one nicely. And then they got another keeper mistake. They capitalized. Do you see how that momentum shift?
Yeah.
So
It's
as much
the
as
story of Spurs season, though.
That's a very great point.
Yeah,
Spurs have just
even if you think of how, like, even when they played the games they've played, like even for example Arsenal this season, they're kind of, Spurs seem like they're this resolute team, and then when for example when they played Arsenal, all of a sudden Eze can score 2 hat-tricks, out of nowhere, just make and I think that's just Tottenham. Like Tottenham right now, a team that is off form get Tottenham, and Tottenham will just bring you back to form.
Yeah, because Crystal Palace aren't really doing great.
Atletico is not an outstanding team.
Yeah, but
they are not.
You can't say that.
No, I support Atletico, right?
Barcelona 4-0.
I agree with you, but they are still not an outstanding team. If you ask me right now whether Atletico will make the UCL semis, I don't think so. They can try.
That's true.
But I just think like the way they set up their team.
That haram ball.
Yeah, the haram will be crazy.
Bro, that game, it was 4th minute against Barcelona. They had their whole entire squad in the penalty area.
Bro,
4th minute of the game.
I
The game just started.
I think that was the difference between both legs. Because first leg, they came to attack Barcelona. And the second leg, because you're 4-0 up, they want to defend. Like in the 60th minute, he took off on a attack and brought off from the defender. What's going on here?
Do you see, back to the VAR point, imagine if Barcelona were given that one goal.
Yeah,
See, it changes things. But anyway, let's not go back to VAR. Story for another day.
So predictions, tomorrow's games. We have Leverkusen Arsenal.
Home or away? Who's home?
I think Leverkusen at home. Yeah.
Oh.
Leverkusen Arsenal. What are you saying?
I think maybe Arsenal do it. Maybe let's say
2-1 Arsenal.
I'd say 2-0 Arsenal.
I think 1-1 draw.
Oh. Okay. Leverkusen is tough.
Yeah, I think
at home.
they at home. Leverkusen, they score.
They do.
They might not be great defending, but I know they score.
They can attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Arsenal will win that one, but yeah, it's Champions League though.
Yeah. I
know.
think.
And how is Leverkusen's form going into this
They
game?
haven't been winning much. They've been drawing a lot.
All I remember is I watched a game where they beat Man City in the group stages.
Yeah.
No, bro. Because when Real Madrid won the Champions League, what was it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Yeah. They were not in form in La Liga.
No. I just,
but then
form just gives you a good idea. I don't say, for me, I don't even personally, I don't depend on form.
It gives you an idea, but
I think for Champions League, for
rounds,
mostly Champions League, I think you have players with big characters.
And that's for me what I'm looking at, because I think just Arsenal, they've been smooth.
They might just edge it. I think tomorrow.
I think they'll probably edge it at the Emirates.
Yeah,
but I think for this particular,
but you have to realize, like this season, let's be honest, bro. Arsenal have been
they haven't been great.
No, but bro, if you look at their record though, results, they're unbeaten in the Champions League.
No, that's fine. But we are in the knockouts now.
It's those corner kicks
that
they slam the box.
They
slam the box like this.
Yeah, bro. And you see the way what they depend on to win is just breaking you down. It's not like they're coming to play attractive stuff, bro. They're just it's all about getting the result.
Get a corner.
And I think it might be a bit. And they're just very disciplined. They're very well drilled.
Yeah.
To do those kind of things. So I think they'll just have enough to get past Leverkusen. Even if they don't win tomorrow, I think they'll get the job done.
I think over both legs, I think Arsenal will.
They will.
But I think this first leg, I think they draw. 1-1.
Fair enough.
So the next game we have Bodo and Sporting.
Who's home? Who's away?
Bodo.
I think first game Bodo's
Bodo.
home.
I go for Bodo as
I
well.
think Bodo win at home.
Yeah, I'm going for Bodo.
Uh,
I watched them beat Inter Milan, beat Atletico, and beat Manchester City. Yeah, bro. They play good
some nice
football.
stuff.
But isn't it because like what they don't have any games? There's off season. They weren't playing any games in the winter.
But doesn't
They were
that make it
basically
worse?
just train. No,
They-
I don't think so.
I think it makes it, bro. You need
makes it
you need
easier.
rhythm.
You
You need rhythm, bro.
They play. They've
I
not
think
been playing
I think
for a
that
while.
rhythm depends. Because even if you look at Chelsea, the last time they won the league was when?
2017.
No. But was when? When you guys had one game a week, right?
Yeah, we have one game a week.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The whole idea of like having a midweek fixture and not, I just think you're better off without that midweek
But
fixture.
Bodo Glimt doesn't even have
They don't have nothing.
weekend fixtures. Their league
is
finished.
over.
Yes, I agree, and that's what I'm saying. They can still prepare and give a performance.
So
bro.
who are you going for tomorrow?
For tomorrow, it's a tough one. I think a draw
Draw.
because Sporting also good. Yeah.
So, but over both legs, who do you think wins it?
I think Bodo can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we all agree Bodo
Bodo
wins.
wins.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But maybe tomorrow might be
But Sporting,
But
I'll be honest,
both-
Sporting are not like just like a pushover.
They're not.
they're a
They're
very
Sporting
well
are a
drilled
really
team
good
as
team.
well.
They're a good
They
team.
have some very good technical players.
over the both, I think Bodo will go through.
So the next one, I think I might be by myself on this one.
Yeah. we already know. We already know what you was about to say.
But this one is PSG Chelsea. What do you think happens?
I'll let Kit start that one.
3-1 PSG.
That's fine.
3-1 PSG. If PSG is healthy, which you guys told me earlier that they are.
Especially their front line.
Out.
I think everyone in the front line is there.
Yeah. 3-1 PSG. I'm sorry.
Okay. What about you?
Where is this starting?
It's starting at France, in France.
PSG
Yeah,
is home.
France?
Princess. Yeah.
Okay. I just think PSG win this one because they will try and revenge Chelsea for the Club World Cup. And
A
I
World
think
Cup
it's
doesn't
gonna
count. That's a glorified friend.
No, it's okay. It doesn't count. Even I don't rate it. These guys, they rate it, right? Like for them, they really want a trophy.
Collecting
but
first
to
trophy
me-
in 5 years.
But to me, to be honest, I'll just be real with you. Like I don't recognize that trophy.
bro.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
A trophy that a tournament that you have to invite teams. Nobody qualified. It
No,
was
they did qualify.
I'll just say it
They
like this.
qualified.
a
I'll
lot
just
of teams was being
I'll just-
invited.
No.
Keith,
They qualified
Keith,
because
I'll just say it like
they
this.
used
Yeah.
coefficients, and then to get into the next one, over the next 4 years, the Champions League winners will qualify. But now, teams like Liverpool and Barcelona, some of them were already appealing that they should increase the numbers of teams from I think 32 to 48.
Bro, either way,
So
no one
they
cares
want to
about
play
the
it.
Club
So the
World
thing here is
Cup.
that for the Club World Cup now, they were saying
Either
okay, fine,
way,
they said-
Prince,
I
no
want to
one
talk.
cares
So the
about
thing
this
here is
thing.
that they said PSG were the best team in the world. That game they said we're gonna get slapped. They'll do this to Chelsea, they'll do that to Chelsea. We beat them 3-0. So now the excuses was they're tired. But meanwhile, as at last season we had played more games than PSG, but they were tired. But that's fine. But for
Because
me,
they played in the Champions League
But
final. They went deep in the competition.
and also another thing
we also
is-
went deep in the Conference League. The same legs they're using to play, the same legs they're using to play.
Keith,
Can't
Another
compare
thing is-
Champions League
another
to
another thing is
Conference League.
another thing is just I just want to ask Prince one good thing.
Yeah.
So now you guys won the Club World Cup. So why couldn't you just push for the Premier League then? If you're
No,
at,
the market-
if you're at par,
No, no,
because
the
if
market-
this trophy puts you at par
Are you gonna let me
with
talk then?
Europe's
Let him
elite,
talk.
and I'm just finishing my question.
Then let me answer.
Yeah. So just
So now
answer.
let's
What
take
happened?
into account that my best defender got his ACL done. ACL, my best defender,
Who?
Koro. He did his ACL. There goes my progressive passes and my line back and my leader at the back. Gone. Now we are talking about Reece James, Fofana. Palmer was out for 6-7 months. But now Reece James and Fofana specifically, when it comes to games for every 3 days, my best players can't do that. So Reece James plays on Saturday, we have a game on Wednesday, he cannot play. It's Fofana cannot do the same thing. So now the problem here is that for the team as a whole, there's something Roy Keane used to say. Your bench players are very much as important as your starting players.
Fact.
So now Palmer is injured. Who did they buy? Bonanote. Bonanote never played.
Yeah.
He's in Leeds now. He barely even plays right now. So now there's no replacement for Palmer. Enzo was forced to play. Enzo and Caicedo. Enzo, Caicedo, Joao Pedro played with injury from the beginning of season till around January. People started coming back, started getting injured. The person you brought as a striker, Joao Pedro, started as a 9, was doing fine. Palmer got injured. He got moved to the 10. The person that was playing the 9, Delap, got injured for 4 months. He was moved back. Who is going to supply him the passes? There is nobody. So like all these things are happening and there is no replacement. So like what I'm going to say is that there's a cup competition for the summer. It's like everybody comes to this place for 1 month. We're going to tug it out. Everybody's available. We're going to play. Now that form, to take that into a 45 to 65 game season, you need consistency and players, which we don't have. That's why
That's
why
a
we don't have it.
team
Hold
that oh my god, the team
Hold
that
on.
has literally the most players.
But all of them were injured. What do you mean most players when they're injured? You
Okay.
need now play the football.
Hold on.
It's not human beings that play football.
Hold on.
Let's be honest.
I'll say this
Isugu.
though.
No, wait, Lavia has been injured the whole season. He just came back.
Right.
Isugu has been injured the whole season. He just came back.
So
These are supposed to be the backups for Caicedo and Enzo,
So-
but they are not here.
I'll ask you this, because when that thing was introduced, or people,
And the Santos has been there, right?
it
Who?
got said
And the Santos.
Yeah, he just started playing recently. He wasn't playing.
when that tournament
He
was
in another
That's
got
because
said-
Maresca was
hold
not
on.
starting him, right?
When it got said that that tournament would be played,
Yeah.
a lot of people came out and said, "Why? That's just gonna lead to more injuries,"
Yes.
which has been very apparent to almost all the teams.
Mhm.
Look at PSG. They played that tournament, coming fresh into the next season, just people dropping like flies.
Arsenal even lost Gabriel for like 2
Arsenal
months.
dropping like flies.
Arsenal didn't play the World Cup though.
Oh, they didn't?
They didn't.
But they still
Okay,
lost
but
But
Gabriel.
so like
Manchester
what
City,
I'm gonna say is
players dropping like
the
flies.
issue about player welfare did not start today.
It didn't.
There have been complaints about
Arsenal
even the
have
Nations
lost
League, the
Saka.
relevance of the
Yeah,
Nations League.
it's not
So, like,
relevant.
It's not so like we're gonna say
Arsenal
player
lost Saka
welfare,
for 4
player
months.
welfare goes across the board.
But what I will say to your point about injuries, you guys are not the only team who suffered a lot of injuries.
No.
A lot of teams suffered a lot of
I'm
injuries,
going to answer.
and they still keep.
Answer the question based on what he said. Why didn't we keep the power?
Okay.
Why didn't we keep it?
Okay.
So like if you're gonna say a group in every team, the most important people that play most of the games is a group of at least 15 to 16 players.
Saka, Arsenal was still winning games when Saka was
Like 15 to 16 players.
yeah.
Now,
No, but
so now-
Saka has not been there. But Arsenal's still been winning games, right?
But Madueke has been
Madueke
fit.
and-
Madueke has been fit all season, even though he's not really prolific. But Saka is out, Madueke. But Palmer is out. We have to change the whole system.
Yeah, you
That's
guys
the
do.
difference.
They
What's
do
the
play
problem?
through Palmer, but he's their best player.
What do you mean? Like,
If
take out Bruno Fernandes from your team. Like, why are you talking like that?
What do you mean,
Take out
bro?
Bruno.
Take out Bruno from your team. What are you guys gonna do? Bruno got injured for like three days. They had to rush him to come back because
Come
they were not doing
on,
nothing.
Jeremiah. You're also you're not looking at it from his perspective.
Okay, let me ask you.
When Yamal and Pedri got injured for Barcelona,
Oh,
it was a real struggle.
Okay, let me ask you.
So
Let me
if
ask
you
you.
take out the best
Okay,
player
let
from
me
your
ask you.
team,
You're gonna struggle.
Okay, let me
you'll
ask you.
struggle.
Let me ask you. How many non-penalty goals does Palmer have last year? In the games that he played, yeah.
I don't remember. I know he had 15 Premier League goals.
When?
Total.
I'm talking non-penalty goals
I don't have
the whole
number.
of last year
I don't know.
in the games that he played.
I feel like he had more penalty goals than non-penalty goals, if I'm not mistaken.
No, actually he didn't have any. I think maybe even more than
I
5.
think he had like maybe 3-4 penalties last season. We didn't really get decisions last season.
No, the thing is,
So what was people
non-penalty
talking about?
goals.
He only scores penalties.
Is
There
this
was no
season?
conversation.
Yes, and
It
also
happened this
another
season.
thing is, the thing is, okay, if I just look at, because there was a table I was looking at, some stats, 2025 stats, right? Players like Dembele, the goal numbers, non-penalty, are in like the 20s, bro, for 2025, bro. Palmer was barely even scratching 5 goals, bro.
Are you taking from
so-
I'm just,
January? Are you
yes,
taking
from January to December,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you notice around January was the time Palmer lost form. From January So
Yeah, so why
probably
is there an
around
excuse
April.
about losing form,
No,
bro?
no, no. If your best player is injured, whether form or not, if your best player is not playing, you will struggle. There's no two ways to put it.
You don't understand the influence of
Take
best player.
take
That's what you're
Vinicius.
missing.
No,
No.
I
Take
don't
Vinicius
think that,
and
bro. I don't think Palmer's influence on Chelsea is that significant. That's what I'm trying to say.
Come on, bro. I'm
I
not a
don't think so.
Chelsea fan.
He's a
Let's
good
be
player.
serious
I
He's a
highly
good
disagree
player.
on
He's a
that.
good player. He's a good player. But
be
it's
serious.
not like it's not like he has not dropped stinkers.
This is the same guy who said he's taking Ahmad over
Ahmad
Doku.
Doku.
So
What's
you're
the
already on edge
Come on,
as
man.
it is.
No,
This is Palmer
bro.
you're
This
talking
is
about, man.
opinion. Everyone has entitled to their own opinion.
We're not-
What's
we're
wrong
not-
with me having my
We're
opinion?
just saying, okay, so right now, take out Fernandez out of United.
How do you think your thing?
That's what I'm telling you. I don't think Palmer has that impact that Fernandez has. I think Fernandez, bro, is literally one of the best players in the league, bro, by a long
And you
shot.
don't think Palmer is?
Palmer is, but I don't think he is like the absolute core to Chelsea. He is a
Who
good player
is?
for them.
So who is then?
Who is?
Who is okay? I would say if Reece James is on the pitch for Chelsea, it's a whole different Chelsea.
So when we play, there are three ways to go play things in football. You either play through them, you play around them, or you play over them.
Yeah.
The way Chelsea wants to play, we want to play through them. So once you have Enzo, Caicedo, Reece, sometimes in the middle, who do we give the ball to?
No,
The
that's
next
okay.
pass, we are looking for Palmer. Palmer, anywhere we are looking for Palmer. You give
Yeah.
the ball to Palmer, Palmer will supply you. There is no Palmer, no party. There's a problem. We've
But
been
I've
surviving in the
But
league.
that's what I was telling you. I've watched Palmer. Even in those games he's played, he's still giving out some stinkers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Palmer just came back from injury. I'll give him a leeway, but right now he's
Yeah.
still doing very fine.
yeah, he's been doing well.
The issue with Chelsea as a whole, the way we play, if you pack the bus against us, even if Palmer will play, even if we do well, we will struggle. Give us a high line. I beg you. That's the thing. We were begging for that Barcelona high line. I'm telling you, we were begging it for a
but you
year.
see, the thing
But
is,
the thing is,
with
give us that
football-
high line. Keep Palmer
but,
there.
but I think
Yeah, we
we can
can.
say that
It's
for
okay.
so many players, though. So many.
So many
And
players.
there's
so
some
many-
players, regardless whether it's low block or not,
Listen.
Understand? You
they'll
have
still
Mbemo.
deliver.
Mbemo is a very good player.
You know
You
what I
have
mean?
Cunha. Cunha is one of the best in the league. But take Bruno Fernandes away from that.
They'll struggle.
They will
For sure,
struggle.
they'll struggle.
Bro, I'm not denying
them
that.
out.
Okay.
I'm not denying that. What I'm just trying to tell you is, with Palmer, I think especially last year,
How many?
as a year,
You said you guys have plenty of injuries, right?
Yeah.
What position is Chelsea right now?
they're 3 points I think behind us. Yeah.
Which is fourth or fifth, right?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think we're fifth.
So imagine if they didn't have all those injuries. Imagine if Cole Palmer played
For 6 months.
14 more games than he
Yeah.
already has right now.
But
Do you see
bro-
what we're trying to say?
But Keith, I don't think you're getting the context, bro. I'm already telling you, like last year, Palmer played a significant amount of games.
Was
He
he
ended
not their
up-
best player?
And he ended up with 15 goals. Our highest in the
You're not
league.
letting me finish.
Okay, finish.
Last year, January to the end of the season, right?
I thought the season
Palmer
was
was. I'm even breaking it down for you, right?
What about the first half of the season?
Just let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish, right? Palmer was fit from January last year to the end of the season. True or false?
Mhm.
If you look at his data, in those games he was playing, bro, Chelsea needed even to finish above who? Man United, right? To
Forget in the Champions League, yeah.
exactly, right? Bro, Palmer was not good, bro. Palmer literally went on almost more than 5 to almost close to 10 games with no goal contributions, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is when Chelsea still need to make sure that they get top 4, win the Conference League, of which, when he got those games in the Conference League, because he was not even playing in the Conference League, because he was being rested, playing only in the league and still not performing, right? I remember these things happening. When he got into the Conference League final, that's when at least he was able to get GA. Cool.
Also, he was able
But
to...
his form started picking up.
Suddenly
But his
he's
form-
able
So
to-
suddenly he was able.
Yeah, but bro, where were you in, like, from January to the end of the season, bro, when you were playing?
So let me tell you, Kopama and in fact the whole team.
And why is he getting
We
these
started-
special exceptions of,
we
oh, like,
started-
oh, you're
we-
injured,
we started
come,
well in
let's
the league.
nurse you,
The
and
whole
all
team
that.
was doing well. Injuries started happening. And then
The
Palmer.
only injury you had was to Jackson,
So
I
listen,
think, if I'm not
Palmer.
wrong, bro.
No. They started
Or like you just didn't have a striker.
Around December and January, players started dropping like flies. Jackson got a hamstring, 3 weeks. Madueke against Brighton dropped under 3 weeks. And then Palmer also got injured at some point. So he came back, was out of form for a while. And then the game that sparked him back up was against Liverpool. He won man of the match. Then from there on to the end of the season.
Liverpool was when?
The one who beats.
And even Liverpool, I think
they won the league. Liverpool won the game with like 5 games to go.
Yeah.
So within that 5 games, the rest of the season, Palmer came back to life.
no, he did not, bro. Palmer
won
did
the match.
not come back to life, bro.
Like-
he literally did not even finish the season well.
I'm
And then
literally-
when
I'm
he
the-
played
I'm
the
the Chelsea
conference,
fan here.
and then when he played in the Conference League,
I'm the Chelsea fan
that's
here,
when
bro.
he got. That's when he got G. And then at least in the Club World
Liverpool,
Cup is when he started
beat-
picking up.
We beat Liverpool. That was the match that Palmer came back to life. I'm telling you.
Did he even
He
score?
won-
I think it was Enzo who scored, right?
That should tell you that he didn't score, but he won man of the match because he was the best player on the pitch.
Oh my God, I'm not denying that.
He
That's
got-
okay.
So
but
now from there on,
consistent
from there
players,
on,
bro. Come on.
from
come
there on, are you gonna let me
We're
talk?
talking elite
like
players.
it's as if you're arguing about like but nobody's talking. But you think you're talking about consistency and impact. I'm telling you, from the
Yeah.
Liverpool game, he came back to life and he was playing well. So from then on, he took that from Conference League final. He did what he did against Betis. We won that one, and then we came into Club World Cup. He started well, and then that's when we started hearing things about him taking injections to play. He was nursing the groin injury, taking injections to play, but he was playing. But he wasn't really doing much. Then come quarter-final against Palmeiras. That's when Cole Palmer came back. He scored that game. The next game was against Flamengo. He did well, no goal contribution though. And then the final. So final now, even after that, what he did against PSG, 2 goals, 1 assist. That's not a fluke. So we come into the new season, preseason. I was watching Palmer. Anybody who was watching us during preseason, even though we had no preseason, just 2 games into. And then what we were seeing was like, Palmer has gone to another level. What we were watching, the next thing, groin injury. He came back against Bayern Munich. You could see him balling out. He came off the bench against Brentford, scored within 2 minutes. The next game was Bayern Munich. He scored that next game, and then the groin injury hit. 6 months. So that's like that. For those 6 months, it was like Chelsea were on and off this, and we were changing systems this and every game because when there's no Cole Palmer, there's no Cole Palmer. You just have to figure it out.
I'm
So-
not denying that,
so
bro,
your
but you see the
problem-
same level of criticism or even the leeway that Palmer gets. Saka is not given this. Bruno, to some extent, is not giving this. So, we just need a bit of consistency.
So
You know what I mean?
I guess we agree. We agree to
We
disagree
agree
on
to
Palmer.
disagree. Agree to disagree.
So let's move on. I think
But he's still a good player. I'm not saying Palmer is not
so.
bad.
We're
but-
gonna play a little game before. So it's almost like it's like a player ladder. So I'm gonna list a couple of clubs like in order, and you tell me the player that's played for this club. The clubs.
Ah.
So the first one is PSV, Manchester United, Lyon, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid.
Depay.
He will let me land. He has won.
Oh, that I didn't even.
Once I heard United
And
PSG, and PSG
Lyon.
and Lyon and
Yeah.
Barca. Yeah.
So the next one, Manchester United, Real Madrid, LA Galaxy, AC Milan, and PSG.
Beckham.
Correct. 1-1. So we have Le Havre, Manchester United, Juventus, Manchester United, Juventus, Monaco.
Pogba.
That was
That's
me.
that first.
No.
That was
So this question, we have Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, AC Milan, Atletico Madrid.
Morata.
Just repeat that.
Atletico Madrid,
Yo,
Liverpool.
Felix.
No.
No.
Liverpool, Chelsea, AC Milan, and then back to Atletico Madrid. A clue, he was Atletico Madrid's captain at some point.
Saul?
No.
Oh, shit.
Saul didn't play for Liverpool.
Yeah. Okay, just repeat the order again. Just one more time.
Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, AC Milan, Atletico Madrid.
Okay, which era was this player playing in?
He played with Didier Drogba at Chelsea. He won the Champions League in 2012.
Raul Mireles?
No.
Oh, shit.
He was Atletico Madrid's youngest captain, as far as I know. He's a striker.
Diego Costa.
No, he didn't play for Liverpool.
Torres.
Yes. Very, very nice.
I thought about Torres
Why did you say it?
because, bruh.
Just want to win. Right. So we have Barcelona, Arsenal, Barcelona.
Fabregas. That one I know because nobody has done that ever.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of DDS. It's been a pleasure being with you. My name is Prince, this is Jeremiah, and that's Keith. So hit the share button, like, and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Double D Studio.